blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to say that I'm a little bit tardy, a few hours tardy. And at the same time, there was no flipping way I was going to let this day end, God willing, and me able to get online, that I would leave you guys without something to grow to. So let me get my hellos in the water. Hi. I'm Malika K. Courtney. If this is the first time that you're coming across this Metamorphosis 365 podcast, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I always start the podcast off with thank yous. So thank you to Blast Music 247 for welcoming me to the family. I'm very grateful to be here. It's an honor and it's fun. So I love what I do. I love sharing, teaching. The growth is very important. I know we need it. Normally we meet at 8 p.m. each Tuesday for growth conversations and some fun and some mischief too, because that is truly who I am. And same time today, y'all, there was an ugly storm, and the storm was so ugly that it smacked the power. So there was some environmental abuse and it beat the power up and it went away. So that is the only reason I was unable to come to you guys live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, so this is going to be episode 14 Lite. We're going to do a very brief talk. And I don't have my grown up in the chair who's normally here to back me up. So I'm going to do my best and you're going to do your best with me. And I think he did leave me some music. Yes. So we're going to do all the things in a shorter time. Normally we're together about an hour. This time it's going to be long enough for me to share a few growth tips with you about loving yourself and loving yourself back to life, which is something I'm very serious about. But I also want to say thank you to that adult, even though he's not here. He's always got my back. Troy Saha, who is the VP for Blast Music. So definitely, if you're looking for a podcast home, I could really say that this has been amazing. And the support is incredible. And the family is amazing. So if you do know that you'd like to participate and have a podcast, come play with us. And then also, I also know that Blast Music has a radio station. So for those who are looking to have your art exposed, you want to get your voice out, you want someone to hear your music, you want to hear someone to have your poetry, your voice, or whatever it is that you want to bring to John Q Public, contact Blast Music. It really is a wonderful place to make your podcast and exposure home. Okay, so that said, I want to get the bill stuff out of the way and then we're going to talk. There is a Blast Music artist that is highlighted every time we have a podcast. We make space and room to expose those folks that I just mentioned a minute ago. So we're going to hear Yamasani, and his song is called Circle of Light, which is really, really dope. And I'm going to enjoy sharing that with you guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, now that's real. Pops a rolling stone that flatten grass fields. My mandatory raps a passive act spill. React like Drax will, relax, I'm past chill.
This manifestation of imagination is just a creation of communication within integration system like the Matrix, filled with entertainment, past us education.
Court-appointed lawyers for blacks in litigation. Corporate enormous tax cut and evasion. Saw George Floyd on the news and couldn't take it. It's hard to tightrope walk it all, but I'm a Grayson. One day we not gonna be passive with the slaying. One day we might just put action to the saying. One day we'll stop all the blasting and the spraying and stop carrying weapons that will smith you like Jaden. To be free to you, to them is disobeying. They told you to get into heaven, you needed praying. They left out the heavens, your thoughts, and where you haven. It's not you, it's we, it's deep, it's complicated.
One day you have it, one day you have it, go away. One day you take it serious. Serious, it's an experience. Experience, don't take it serious. Serious, it's an experience. Experience, shine bright like a solar light. No, we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright.
Yeah, you gon' get it today. I'ma send it your way. This a clinic, don't forget every visit you pay.
It's cringeworthy to say I've been perfect, cause hey, the kids calling my name. I'm too busy to play.
This a scrimmage, shirt skins, the ending is late. Life's a scary movie with hands digging your plate to take the dividends, dollars and pennies you make. I'm transparent with you, even when you really opaque. Markets are really estates. Everything you hear is an opinion, not a fact. But is that really the case? Cause we all know planes leave a chemical trace. And we knew he was guilty, you see Zimmerman's face. And we all want to crash in the video chase. And we want that hottie to let us feel on her waist. And we know one day we will see God's grace transcend our body and be up in outer space.
Bright like a solar light. No, we can make everything alright. Yeah. One day you have it. One day you have it. Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah. One day you have it. One day you have it. Don't take it serious. Serious, it's an experience. Experience, don't take it serious. Serious, it's an experience. Experience, shine bright like a solar light. No, we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light, and know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
All right. Now that we got that good part, let me tell you what, we're going to pause on that because that song is so dope. And I got to say, I was feeling some kind of way, like I've been feeling the elemental energy. It's been kind of heavy, and that song was just what I needed. So shout out to Yamasani. There is life in that song. I'm grateful that you shared it with us. And like I said before, if you're looking to have your video played, your music exposed, and your talents flashed up with Blast Music 247, do get in contact. Blast Music 247, also Blast Radio, right? All right, bills paid. Let's get to work. So we're going to have a conversation next Tuesday that is going to focus on loving you. And I figured since we're going to have a short time together tonight, I want to tee up the conversation. So this is your live version, and kind of put the questions in the water and lay out some of the clues, because some of us are just living, right? We're doing life the best way we know how. And life for some of us comes with a constant demand. So let me define the constant demand. And this is not a good thing or a bad thing or different. This is just the way it is. So some of us have something as simple as a pet. There is a constant demand with a pet, right? You have that constant presence of, you have work to do. You have a puppy or a cat or a fish or whatever. That thing is dependent on you for life and existence. Let's raise it up a little bit. You have children, okay? And we're starting on the in-house things. And before any of that, you have you. Okay, great. Don't forget that part. So then add work. For those who go to the W-2s, add the fun that you have with the people there. And add a boss, add a manager, add these things that add the demand to your life constantly. All right. Like gas, and you're the car. You got to constantly fill up. And it's an energetic exchange. One. So you're sharing out that energy. You're sharing out your mental capacity. You're sharing you. Okay. And that is good. It's a bit challenging when there is more demand and more areas of demand and people demanding of you, and you're giving all of you away to them, but not enough you to you. And I think that we are trained to do it. So this is not it's not a surprise. This is happening. This is just a reminder. This is a reminder. Yep. Am I telling you stuff you already probably know? And I'm okay with that too, because this is the reminder. We need one another to remind one another. So consider me your reminder. And I am reminding you that sometimes our calendar get full, and that's good, right? But please make sure you're putting loving you on the calendar. And when you get to this point where we're having a conversation about loving you back to life, let me tell you what life is looking like. Life is looking like you might be stressed the hell out. Life is looking like you may be experiencing overwhelm. You might be close to burnout or already in burnout. You may be that rocket on the way down. You may be about to do the crash and burn. So this is a hold on. You don't even have to crash and burn. There's something that a friend of mine says that I love so much, and I share it all the time because he's amazing. And not only is he amazing, the statement is amazing. And what he shares, his name is Jose Rodriguez, because I'm going to get credit where it's due. And what he says is, healing doesn't take time. It takes awareness. Y'all, I spent years saying it in a very detailed fashion, because I will break it down. Yes, I will. But we were chopping it up one day and he shared that. And I was like, dude, that is a very beautiful, concise way to say what I've been saying in a very elongated way. So healing does not take time. It takes awareness. Okay. So this is me reminding you, bringing awareness to do some self-inventory and see how you are feeling. Okay. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about the demands that are on you every day? Your responsibilities, which is a good thing. How are you feeling about your responsibilities? Are they time investments? Are they you investments? Things that are going to feed back into you at a certain point or even immediately. Is it that or an awe? Okay. So this is the do. Do take that inventory. Do see where you are. On that note, let's touch number 1. So we talked about awareness already. We said the word 13 times. Self-awareness, understanding your own emotions. What are you feeling? What are you feeling strong about? What are you feeling weak about? And then the values, I'm going to read it straight out from the notes. Understanding your emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and values is a foundation of self-love. Okay. Regular self-reflection and mindfulness practices help you become more in tune with who you are. And when we don't take time to know ourselves, it is hard to come back to ourselves. When we know ourselves through the lens of what everybody else is aware of, they are aware of their needs, they are aware of how they want you to show up, they are aware of how you will show up, because people peg you too, right? They got a poet's mind just kicked in, but people see you coming and they know what time it is. So do you know what time it is when it comes to you? All right. And do you know who you are and where you are? And can you get back to yourself in a timely manner? All right. So part of being able to do that is being self-aware. Part of being able to do that is taking time to understand your emotions, your strengths, your weaknesses, the things that challenge you. Reflection. I can't say it enough. Inner work. Inventory is what I love to call it, because it's such a simple, precise word. Do your self-inventory. All right. We're speeding today. 2, compassion for yourself. Can I say it again? Compassion for yourself. Y'all, we have so much compassion. Just today, I've had news of several people who are attached to my life in some form or fashion have lost family members. My heart goes out to them. Loss and grief is a heavy thing, right? I have compassion for them. I'll do the things that I can do to help their hearts heal. I have compassion for them. I feel the sorrow. I'm sad with them. There are tears involved. There's heaviness and there is weight. There's energy dispensed and given. So there is compassion outward toward folks who are dealing with grief and loss, death, towards folks who are dealing with life's challenges. Because baby, that's what we're going to do. We have challenges. That's what we're going to do as long as we stay alive. So please do not expect your challenges to disappear or leave you alone. It just don't work that way. All right. Expect them, prepare for them, and meet them. Give them a worthy component. All right. So, at the same time, I'm sending out this self-compassion towards others in such a depth, in a mighty way, and not from my strength, God's strength. So did I say that? Did we say that? From God's strength. Truly trust and believe that there's much I couldn't. If I don't have God doing it through me, it ain't getting done. Period. So that is to be clear. So as much as I'm sending out that compassion towards other, I know to give myself the same compassion. Just today, I got up. Well, I woke up a couple of times, actually, a little bit of an interrupted sleep. And what I noticed was I had a severe pain in the base of my neck, back head, right? Which was singing a song to my nerves, which was clouding up my ability, and my energy was off, like really, really, really off, drained. Okay. So I knew that I needed to give myself the same compassion I would offer someone else. I would tell that someone else, hey, go sit your tail down somewhere and do some energy work. Hey, go sit out in the sun and get some of that sun. Hey, are you drinking enough water? Maybe you need to go back to sleep and get a nap. Let's see, what can you move off the calendar till tomorrow? What can you move to later on today? And I got to laugh because even though I was pressing through and getting things done, I did sit myself down. Yes, I did. And I gave me a bit of rest because I needed that. And even while doing things, I must have been doing too much because God shut the power off. And I think it was probably a note to self, like, hey, you can do too much to the point where you shut your power off. Warning. So we're having a warning conversation, and I'm saying to you, warning. Do not forget to be compassionate to yourself. Do not expend all of your energy outward. Do not give you completely away to the point where even what God gave you for you, you don't have. How do you maintain you if you do not? And it always comes back to that airplane moment. Put your mask on yourself before you go helping others. All right. So 3. Boundaries. Great word. Healthy ones. Not just because you want to be antisocial and don't like nobody today. Don't do that. If you need to do that, but not all the time. Okay. And you can avoid getting into that bag by setting up some healthy boundaries. What does that mean? That means you open your mouth and you are clear in what it takes to protect your boundaries. You're clear in how to protect yourself. And you're clear on who is around you in your circle, has access, that is draining the hell out of you or providing you energy exchange. There's nothing like being around someone who has a beautiful energy and being able to exchange that give and that take. And sometimes it's a give, right? You give. And then another time when you're with that person, you're taking. You're able to, because you both are operating at a level of a good sustainability, self-sustainability, right? And you're able to energetically exchange ideas or products, business, services, life, fun, art. You're able to do that with that person. But then on the same or the flip token, other side of that coin, when you are around someone who is draining the hell out of you and sucking your life out. Be honest. Be honest with yourself on who that person is. Does that make them a horrible human? No, but it may mean you need to limit their access to you. Boundaries. Set that boundary up. And I am one of those people who you can't touch. I don't just allow people to touch me. I don't allow people to touch me because I have seen the effects of it. So you have to be someone important and special to me just to be able to come up and even hug me and touch me, because I understand the energy transfer. And I was not a person who had set boundaries initially. I love people. And especially if I see somebody hurting, I'm over there, we about to have a conversation and I'm going to hug you. And it's going to be that way. But now I have learned, I proceed with boundaries. I go carefully. I speak to spirit. They listen. And spirit speak to me. There's sometimes someone's approaching to hug me and it's a no. And that can feel so bad. It can feel strongly, because you see the hurt on someone's face. You see that they may be feeling offended or rejected. And at the same time, if you are like me and you move in spirit and the spirit says no, guess what it is? It's a no. It's a no, and I can choose to feel bad about it, or I could choose to accept it for what it is and let it be that. And I have gotten better about letting it be that. Everybody can touch me. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I love those who can, because I enjoy hugs like a lot. But I'm using that as a simple picture to help you create the boundaries you need to create. Okay. There's compromise, right? There is some compromises that you could make. Peeking in and back and front my notes. There is compromise that you could make, but let it be a compromise you choose, not one that you're persuaded or forced into. I will say that out loud, and we can talk more about this when we get together next Tuesday. Activities and relationships that nurture and support. That's freaking important. So be sure that you have added time for you in your calendar, and make sure that you're adding the fun. Please add the fun into your calendar. Make those hot dates with yourself. Make those self-love dates with yourself. Hey, listen, I need some time just to be with me, to refresh me, to reconnect with my own energy, to feel the sun in the way I feel it without anyone touching or talking to me, to feel the ground and the grass underneath my toes with only the earth and the movement thereof vibing with me, or to touch and hop off in that water and let it wash and tune. Okay. So what is it that you need? Those are things that I need. And those are things that I get regularly because it is a must. It is not an option. I've seen what happens when I don't protect my boundaries and I don't give myself the things that I need. That shows a true lack of love, and the results are bad. bad. So I don't like them, and I tend to keep my tail to the opposite. I do the things that I do like, that I can enjoy, that make life for me, that allow me to grow. Okay, so then I say the same to you. What is it that you need to add to your calendar that will allow you to grow, that will line up with loving you back to life? Because y'all know I'm about that. I'm going to love you back to life. I'm loving you back to life right now by sharing this information and giving you these tools and tips to put to work. And do you get to do it one time for the one time and think it's done? No, this ain't that. This is not a get growth quick. This is work. It is good work. It is God work. It is healthy work. And it's work that will help you grow. Want to grow? Because you're over here watching Metamorphosis 365, right? This the growth space. This is sanctuary experience, darling. So come get this sanctuary experience. Let me love you back to life and get this growth. Let's move forward. I talk to myself and I answer myself. We have wonderful conversations. Wonderful conversations. And we idea things through. We path it. We get the visuals out and we discuss it. Sure do. And for those of you guys who are doing the same thing that I do, it's so much easier when you are freely, you don't have the worry or the boundaries of what it looks like to others when you talk to yourself. I gotta give a crack less, dude. I got things to tend to. And sometimes speaking them out loud, it helps me see more clearly in my mind's eye. So I do it, and I do it a lot, and I do it with joy because I am a creator. I create many spaces and much material for people to grow. So it works. And I say that along with this statement: positive self-talk. What was the nicest thing you said to you today? And what was the nicest thing you said to someone else? Because I do find that a lot of times that folks that don't spend time saying nice things to themselves, they're not saying anything nice to anybody else either. Not that they're being negative or mean or nasty. They might just be being quiet or beyond reserved or afraid or so misfired and focused that they're losing their humanity, right? Losing that connection, the human connection. So I call you back to your human connections. Make sure you are taking time to say something nice to somebody every day. Why not? It's not hard. We have the internet. We can literally hop on one of these medias, YouTube included, and shoot a, hey, you look nice in that outfit. I'm so glad you posted today. I'm glad you're well. Grand Rising, great day to you. Go be awesome. Artie Fox is really, really mad cool. He sends me, be great today, sis. Or Larry, who's another incredible friend, he sends over morning prayers and just encouraging things. Or Vinny, like I have a lot of wonderful people in my life who send over loving things. And I share those loving things that they share with me because we can keep it moving, right? We can keep it growing. We can keep it growing. Okay. So, and folks, I keep it going, but yes, I'm going to say keep it growing. We can keep it growing. So I encourage you to engage in self-talk that is positive. Yes, we're going to go deeper next Tuesday into it because this is a really huge part of self-love. And I will touch it just a little bit now. Many of us have had those childhood or adolescent experiences and even early adulthood too, where we are rehearsing the things that have been said to us, the hurtful things. Maybe we fail at something, and then all of those creepy thoughts from things spoken from the past come back to mind to haunt and chase and affirm something negative that some angry person who was deficient in themselves and projecting on us said that we still have on repeat in our mind. Right. And we're saying that thing over to ourselves. Oh, I'm a failure. Or I'm messed up. I can't get this right. I'll never be blah, blah, blah. All that poo poo, caca, poo poo, doo doo. It's time to press pause on that mess. And as we've spoken before, you'll hear there's some central things that you'll hear as you podcast view with me, as you engage with me. I am a coach, as you client with me, mastermind, master's classes. So simply said, as you meet with me for growth, you will find common things because these are the things that need to be reinforced. And self-talk is a huge one, a huge one. So think about what your self-talk is looking like. And I challenge you this week, as those things are coming up for you, I challenge you to write it down real quick text message to yourself. This was a negative thought I was thinking, and don't stop there. Please don't stop there with just the negative thought that you were thinking. Replace it. Replace it with something wonderful. Like something wonderful. It doesn't even have to be related to it. It could be like literally, maybe that I'm a failure is the thought. You can replace that thought with what a beautiful day it is outside. Oh my God, it's so hot. I love the heat. Or, oh, this ice is cold. It feels really good. But make it something that sparks your senses. Okay? Make it something that causes you to feel and rewrite it. Rewrite it. Like for real. So this week, work on your positive self-talk. That is the challenge. I do challenge you to write it down. So this way you are getting a straight up look at what you are thinking. When you make a mistake, when you fail, when you're late, when things don't go your way, what are those thoughts? The negative ones that are not supportive. And then too, for my overachievers, when you have those wins, what are you thinking? Because even sometimes, and this is what I found with myself, overachiever, there were some times where I would get something done and I still would be feeling some kind of way like, this could have been better. This could have been better. You know what I mean? You may know what I mean. This could have been better people. Instead of really just appreciating, this was great. Like, this was freaking awesome. And everybody around you is saying, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't believe just how wonderful it is. And it feels so great. And it tastes so good. Or this is beautiful. All of the accolades, but I couldn't receive them. So for those who couldn't receive those flowers and reward yourself with the blessing of the beautiful thing that you did, I challenge you to see what you're thinking. See what you're thinking. Am I overachievers? Them double timers? I challenge you to do all three. And the third thing being, write down what you're thinking when you are at your best, when you are slaying the game, when you are feeling good, when them commas are coming in and it's like, here I am. So what is your here I am? When you show up for you and you see the awesome that you have done. So that's the challenge for my overachievers. And I'm sure you're going to meet it because you're an overachiever. What? So I look forward to seeing that. You know what? You can send it to me. Life is Sanctuary XP gmail.com. Simple. Life is sanctuary XP at gmail.com. Go ahead, send me them emails. Let me know how the challenge is going. Awesome. Also, you can jump in because I know once the lives are over, I won't be able to see any chats. So I do apologize for that. And I won't be able to see those comments, but that's okay too. Hey, Carla, what's going on? And I just saw that. Hey, Scott, how are you both? So I'm learning I'm going to be brief tonight. We're already at 30 minutes. So I'm going to get this last point out and then we're going to do the escape route. So for those who joined after I did greeting, I am Malika K. Courtney. We are doing episode 14 Lite. What does that mean? That means that I had a power outage earlier, so I wasn't able to come live. We ran a replay, but I did not want you to go a week without having something to grow on. So I popped up for a quick pop-up, and I'm sharing just a few tools and tips that are going to bright you over to the next week, and then we'll go deeper into the same topic. We're going to dig deeper, but you got something to work with, okay? All right, so 5. Self-care, y'all. Self-care. Prioritize activities that rejuvenate and sustain you, whether it's a physical exercise. I hope you're exercising. I hope you're getting walks in if that's the best you can do. I hope you're in that gym if that's the best that you can do. I hope you are going ape and doing adventure stuff if that's the best that you can do. Whatever it is, the best that you can do. Some folks, the best is a chair. Get your chair dance in. Get you do what you can do. Okay, because exercise, prioritize it. Like seriously, the movements, keep your body moving and flow. It does help to refresh you, right? To soothe your mind, to give your body and your muscles what they need, right? That tightening and that loosen. Do what you need to do. Do what you can do, and do it consistently. Why not? All right, so. That does include hobbies. It does include nature. We mentioned that earlier. And sometimes, like I said earlier today, I was resting. Sometimes it includes resting. Hey, Cindy. And then I do insist that you consistently reinforce. We talked about habits in another episode, and maybe we'll touch on it next week too. But literally, by building these things into habit, you are reinforcing what's important to you. You are reinforcing your self-care. Malika, how do I love myself to life? Well, I just gave you 5 keys. 5 keys that you could literally use to unlock that door of love and love yourself back to life. It is work sometimes, and that's okay. That's okay. It's supposed to be. I don't know who. It almost comes to mind. It occurs to me in the same manner when I hear people say, "Oh, that's not fair." Oh, I feel for people who are looking around for the world to be fair, or for anything to be fair, except for you being fair to yourself. That you can control. So my encouragement, admonishment is that you do that. Do what you can do. Make sure you have your boundaries in place. Make sure the compassion you show others is the same compassion that you show yourself. Make sure that you are focused and understanding what you're saying to yourself. What does your self-talk sound like? Because everybody's talking to themselves, if you're doing it out loud like me, or if you're one of those people who are quiet with the mouth, but your mind is 90,000 thoughts a day, and right? Because you have no peace yet. So make sure that conversation is on point, because I promise you, when you get the mentals in order, a lot of wonderful things follow. When you get your self-talk in order, a lot of wonderful things follow. Your compassion, your habituation. Oh man, can't wait till I get to that one. We got to wait on that one though. But your habits, when you get those bad boys in place, again, life begins to look different. Where do we start? We started with the self-awareness, because that is the starting point. Can't do jack about what you are not aware of. And then some of us are aware but refuse. We know, but we doing one of these on it. Like, it's going to be there till it grows and it bursts and you have it all over you and you have to deal with it. That's a choice. It is a choice. Isn't life about choices, right? But there is also a choice that doesn't leave you with stuff exploded all over you, where you meet and handle it in when it's in its baby stages, when it's in its, hey, listen, I could handle this right now, with a few adjustments, a few course corrections, a few mindset corrections. So I believe we have done what we came to do. I have shared just those few things with you guys, and it's 5 huge things. Okay, these are not small. These are ground floor keys. When we can get these things in order, again, life starts to look a lot different. Is it overnight? No, dear darling, it ain't overnight. Okay. I guess it could be for some. Depends on what stage of the game you are in and how open and willing you are to work. Because I do work my clients. I'll trust and believe you getting this work because you came to me and said, hey, I want to grow. Hey, I want to understand better. Hey, I want to let this go. I don't want to be traumatized anymore. I don't want to be burned out anymore. I don't feel like being the loneliest person that I know. Who wants to live that life? Who wants to live empty? Nobody. Who wants to live friendless? Nobody. Who wants to live pissed off, bitter, and angry? Nobody wants that. But some of us accept it. I'm here to help you adjust what you accept and love you back to life. All right, so we have done the talking that we're going to do. There's one thing I did want to share with y'all before I go, because I wrote a book. I'm a poet as well. I'm a poet life. Let me hit this magic button. I am Lady Molotov. Because I did tell you guys I like mischief, and I do. So I did write a book, and this book is called I'm Telling. Poems and Stories to Help Ease the Lonely Mind. Let that sit with you for a second, just to help ease the lonely mind. It is a book of tea, got some tea in there on me, some stories, and fresh poetry that I literally wrote in the process. Wrote the book in about 3 days because it was pouring so fast and so strong. I had to get it out. And for my authors, you understand that. So I'm going to show you the beautiful, beautiful cover, if I can find it, because again, my adult is not here. There we go. Awesome. There you go. That's what the cover is looking like. Ooh, I'm very proud of that work. We are in pre-sales, and if you would like to get your pre-sale copy of the ebook, it is $20. And what you do is go stalk me on some media. Find me on Facebook, Malikia K. Courtney, or on Instagram, Santa's Helper, SANTAZHELPR, and find out how you can get your copy. It's very, very simple. You either pay through Cash App or you pay through PayPal. I keep it super simple, and you get your digital copy of the book. We are in pre-release, pre-sales. So you will get your copies as soon as we release. And that push is for the end of the week. So quickly, first 50 have bonus. So that I will say first 50 sales have a bonus attached that is really, really good. And anything that I do when it comes to writing or touching, do know that there is a growth component attached. Are we going to have fun? Is it going to be some mischief? But are you going to grow at the same time? You best believe you are. It's not an option. You are going to grow, and you will learn, and you have some tea, and it's fun. It's a really fun book, and it's not a very long read. So $20 for that. My Cash App is #MELIKIAC, Malikia C. Very, very simple. All right. So I've shared all the wonderful things with you that you need to know. I will see you back here, providing no more storms come through at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. I'll see you Tuesday night, 8 p.m. next week. And we will dive into the full episode of Loving You Back to Life. It's going to be good. So make sure you put it in your calendar. Like, share, comment. Want to watch the replay? Hop over to my YouTube channel, Malikia K. Courtney. So simple. And watch those replays. I do have the podcast listed under my YouTube channel as well. And if you like what you hear, share it. Share it with someone who you know needs it. If you know you need help, please don't play. Please don't play and don't delay. Reach on out. Life is Sanctuary XP at gmail.com, and let me love you back to life. Let me help you. Okay, so on that note, have a wonderful night, And I'm going to push this magic button as soon as I find it. Bye, y'all.